Hello, this is Blood Visit with my review on Pokemon Moon. That's the topic I given to one Moon review. Um, so this is my review of it, obviously. I'm gonna dive right in and talk about the bad bits of the game. Now this is all my opinion on the game. You probably will have different opinions and will probably argue against me. The main problem I have with it is the trials. They are no substitutes for DMs at all. If you like the battling aspect of DMs, the trials are not a thing for you. If you like the Pokemon series, Orange Island, then you're probably gonna love them a lot the same. Imagine Orange Islands, but on a much more bigger scale and in a video game. And there you have it. That is essentially what the trials are. Um, there are very few actual trainers in the game as well, and each trainer on average has one. There are four main islands and a man-made island. Now I'm not going to go too much in the storyline because I think everyone knows what it is already. But essentially, you are a new person who's moved to Loa, and you, as a tournament of a ceremony, because you're 11 in this game, you get to pick that your starter Pokemon, and you go around the Alolan region doing the trials. Um, then you meet Team One Mistral, which I have to say is very funny. They are they are my favourite evil team. Just because the Johns are just so funny. Um, it is a more story driven game. Very heavily building up on characters as you meet them. They grow. You start liking them. You start hating them. It's just one of those things. Um, some of the good stuff I liked about it. The AI in the game has been massively improved. If you go to attack the Pokemon and your opponent has got a stronger one against the type you're using, it will threats. It will use moves where it stops you from attacking that as well. Um, I like the new Pokemon designs. They're very good. I like the fact that wild Pokemon and the trainers level up with you throughout the game. If you don't have a experience set on, if you have a experience set on, you're doing an over level. Yet they still have that thing where experiencer gives experience to the whole party, which I am not a big a fan of. Um, they have also introduced these separate islands which you get access to later on, where basically you can grow berries, you get beanstalks, which helps you feed your Pokemon, which makes them it makes their effects and go up. Um, Beans also help you with making the smaller islands bigger, so you can get more beans. There's also island using Terminator where it trains your Pokemon, like leveling up. It also it's also there for effort training as well. You have a mine. You can send your Pokemon down to get items like shards. Shards in this, if you get them, keep them. Do not sell them. Do not throw them away. Keep them, because you use the shards later on to exchange for bottle taps. Which bottle taps then increase them with one of your IVs. Um, what else is there? In the mines, you know, when you make it bigger, you can also get like the evolutional stones. Yeah, the Pokemon designs are really good. Unfortunately, there's only something like eight, no, 18, 90 new one Pokemon added. Um, the Hello and Dex, it has a lot of old Pokemon in it, so there's that. Um, yes, I've I'm on the fence about it. I like the gameplay aspects of the level of the battles. I really like the two on the competitive side of it. So it had a major overhaul on it as well. It seems like they're making it more for the competitive players than someone who just wants to do the storyline. Even though I just said there's more in the storyline, but when you battle online, it's a lot easier to just connect to someone and trade and battle than it ever has been. There's something called a festival, which when you do anything online, you get festival points, and it makes your festival task all grow, which means you can get more of the stuff. Yeah, I think the Alolan Pokédex with all the old and the new in total is like 300 Pokemon in the game. A lot of it is old types, so yeah, there is that, which did kind of bring it down a little bit for one of me, because I was hoping there would be more newer Pokemon. But the overfill of it is good. It's nowhere near as good as the one with previous games, but that is because of the trials. Now there is going to be a slight spoiler in the top of sessions. Nothing major. It's just going to say how many trial captains there are. So as everyone knows, when there's DMs, there's always 8 DMs. There are 7 trial captains. There's 7, and each island there is a Tahuna. You have to fight the Tahuna on each island as well. Yeah. Besides that, I liked the game when I was playing it, but I do have some problems, which I have already stated. I am hoping they actually make a sequel to this game, because it kind of builds up to a sequel during the storyline, and I reckon if they do make a sequel, it will be much better than this one. On average, I'll probably, on the store, should I say, I'll probably give this one probably about 5, 6, and that is, to be fair, that is the sort of the trials. There are no replacement for gems. It's still a good game. If you're a Pokemon fan, go out and buy it. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. But no, it's just not as much battling in it as involved. Oh, and if you want, yeah, you will be grinding against wild Pokemon because there is not enough trainers. So whether you put experience set on, which would be valid in this game, because otherwise you'll be grinding for hours against wild Pokemon. That's what I did. I completed the game within 80 hours just because of grinding. If I didn't do grinding, like someone else who I know who got it, I think they're on their 40th hour, 50th. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I've got to give a big thanks to Glacier Damon. It's a website, glacierdaemon.co.uk, for getting me the topic. I'll put the link in the description. And until next time, I'm Blood Bye.